Welcome to the deep dive. You're here because you want to get up to speed on things, get that solid understanding, but without, wading through hours of material.
Exactly.
And that's what you're doing today. We're jumping into how Arnold Schwarzenegger built that incredible back. We're talking width and thickness.
Yeah, and we're drawing straight from Arnold himself in a YouTube video where he really breaks down his philosophy.
Right.
It's not just exercise, it's the whole mindset behind it. We'll look at the specific lifts, sure, but also why he chose them.
That's the mission for this deep dive, isn't it?
Yeah.
Pulling out those actionable bits, maybe some things that are a bit surprising from Arnold's own words. Getting the why.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so where does he start? He talks about this really interesting internal struggle, almost.
Yeah, it's fascinating. Even at his peak, he's saying he'd look in the mirror and his internal thought was, I don't know how this ship body can ever win.
Wow. That's quite something compared to the image, right?
Totally. A real contrast. So for the listener, it's like, okay, acknowledge where you are, but don't just sit there. Use that feeling, that dissatisfaction as fuel. Arnold clearly did.
He kind of dismissed the public confidence as, what does he say, bullshit?
Yeah, something like that.
Saying his private view was always finding flaws, always being unsatisfied. But not in a negative way, it seems. More like motivation.
Absolutely. He literally called it the fire in the belly, that constant feeling of needing to improve, needing to get better.
Right.
That's what pushed him towards goals that seemed, well, impossible to other people. He genuinely believed he could make his vision happen.
He even mentions that quote, what does not kill you makes you stronger.
Mm-hmm. That was like a guiding thing for him. It just shows how much mental toughness played a part.
So connecting that to learning,
Mm-hmm.
it's about setting your own high standards, maybe. Not just looking at what others have done, but constantly pushing your own limits.
Exactly. Never quite being satisfied, but in a productive way.
Okay, so let's get into the actual training, the back training. He makes a big point right at the start about width versus thickness.
A really crucial point, yeah. He didn't just train back. He trained for two specific things: width and thickness. Different exercises for each.
So width first, that V shape. What was the number one exercise?
Pull-ups. Or chin-ups. That was the foundation for width.
And he mentioned his weight, like 240 pounds.
Yeah, he made a point of that. If you weigh that much, you should have the strength to pull yourself up.
And why pull-ups, specifically for width? What was his reasoning?
He felt they were the best way to really open up the wings, he called it. Engaging the lats, flaring them out. He was very clear. Lats are for width, not thickness, width.
He used Steve Reeves as an example, didn't he?
He did. Said Reeves had amazing width from chins and pull-downs, but maybe not the same density, the same thickness.
Interesting. So he's analyzing other physiques to refine his own approach. For someone listening, that's maybe about looking at different examples in your field, seeing what works for specific outcomes.
Precisely. Understand the goal with, then pick the tool pull-ups, in his case. After pull-ups, he talked about pull-downs. So they were incredible for building more width and really carving out that V shape.
Yeah, I remember the descriptions, like feeling a wing coming out or a curtain opening up. He used these really strong mental images.
That mind-muscle connection again, it was obviously huge for him. And the technique, pull with the elbows, squeeze hard at the bottom, control it back up, max effort.
Okay.
He also mentioned doing behind-the-neck pull-downs sometimes.
Right, which we should probably note some people advise against now due to potential shoulder issues.
Good point. Yeah, advice evolves, but that was part of his width arsenal back then.
Okay, so that covers the width strategy. Pull-ups, pull-downs, strong mental focus. Now thickness, that dense, powerful look. What was the starting point there?
Barbell rows. That was his number one, his foundation for building thickness.
And a wide grip, he specified.
Yep, wide grip.
Right.
And crucially, unsupported rows. No chest support, just bending over, free hanging.
That must have hammered the lower back, too, for stability.
Oh, absolutely. He said the lower back had to work hard. And he mentioned going up to, 315 pounds on those?
Whoa.
Yeah, serious weight. He believed those heavy, unsupported rows built that deep, dense muscle through the whole back.
Okay, barbell rows first. What else for thickness?
T-bar rows were another big one. He called them reliable for thickness, something he used consistently.
And again, the mental focus comes up.
Constantly. Having the mind inside the muscle. Not just lifting the weight, but feeling the back muscles contract and stretch on every single rep. You could try this yourself. Really squeeze the top of a row. Feel it working.
Yeah, okay, so barbell rows, T-bar rows. Anything else major for thickness?
Cable rows were mentioned, but more as a very good finishing exercise.
Finishing. What was the benefit there?
Constant tension. Cables keep tension on the muscle through the whole movement, unlike free weights sometimes.
Yeah.
He said it gave a real good pump.
Ah, the pump.
Yeah. He even talked about the aching feeling during cable rows, how he'd push right through it, said he might feel faint but had no fear. It was all worth it.
That's intense dedication.
It really is.
So we have the exercises mapped out, pull-ups, pull-downs for width, barkable rows for thickness. But like you said, the training was only part of it. The mental game sounds just as important.
Oh, absolutely fundamental. He talks about needing a clear vision, knowing exactly what you want to achieve.
And believing you could do it, right?
Mm-hmm.
He said something like, if you even think you might not make it, that destroys everything.
Exactly. You got to have faith in your vision. Unshakable belief.
Tied into that was positivity, wasn't it? An enormous positive attitude.
Mm-hmm. Seeing the finished product from day one, never allowing a negative impulse, just total focus on the goal.
And that focus, he mentioned distractions, like even if a bomb went off.
Yeah, quite the image. But it illustrates the level of concentration he demanded. Nothing breaks the focus during the set. That mental discipline seems key.
Okay, let's talk about pain. He had that phrase, heat, pushing past comfort.
Yeah, those last few reps, the 9th, 10th, 11th rep, that's where he believed the real growth happened, forcing the body to adapt.
Breaking the pain barrier, he called it.
Right. It's basically progressive overload, understood intuitively. You have to push beyond what's comfortable to force change.
And he actually said that's what separates champions from non-champions.
Pretty much, yeah. The willingness, the ability to go into that uncomfortable zone on those last few reps. That's what divides them, he said.
That applies way beyond lifting weights, doesn't it? That mental toughness.
Definitely. It's a common thread in high achievement anywhere.
And finally, he talked about the feeling at the end. The pump.
Yeah, that feeling of every muscle being full, engorged, and the excitement of seeing the weights go up over time.
He connected that feeling directly to success.
He did. You feel that with hard work, you can achieve the goals. It's like a reward cycle. Hard work leads to the pump, leads to progress, reinforces the belief you can succeed.
Okay, so let's recap this deep dive. We've got Arnold's unsatisfied mindset driving him.
That fire in the belly.
The clear split between width training pull-ups, pull-downs,
And thickness training, barbell rows, T-bar rows, finishing with cables.
plus the massive role of the mind. The clear vision, the positivity, the intense focus.
And that absolute need to push through pain, break that barrier for growth, chasing the pump and the progress.
Right. So hopefully everyone listening feels a bit more informed now, getting Arnold's perspective directly on how he built that legendary back.
Which leaves us with a thought, maybe, for you listening.
Yeah.
How could you take Arnold's approach, that constant self-check, like it's not quite there yet, combined with that absolute faith in the vision, and apply that to your own goals, not just fitness, but anything?
Yeah. What could you achieve with that kind of relentless drive and belief, even if the goal seems huge right now? Something to think about.